Hey enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language episode 706.
The Discordious podcast on a network.
Right. It's really weird. I'm looking at this video in Discord here, and you weren't wrong, dude. It's like it seriously just looks like my head's floating.
Yeah,
you black shirt.
Yeah, you look all powerful.
Yeah, I mean, need to wear a different color shirt or something from now on.
It's a smaller window in the YouTubes, so it looks even more floaty heady.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what
are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we had to switch up our recording thing because we were
we've been saying it for a decade. Skype sucks.
Yeah. So well, now it doesn't. It's just dead.
It's just dead. Yeah.
So our options were to move to something else or, switch to Teams, and neither of us really wanted to bother with Teams. So.
Nah, what are we fucking... I wish I had my work sweatshirt on that says one team. Be like, what do you mean? I'm all about it. I told you that.
Yeah. I mean, they tried real hard, because every time you booted up Skype, it was like, hey, how about learning about Teams? And it was like, nah, I'm good.
Like, nah, I like banging this old broad Skype, and I'm going to bang her into the grave.
Right. Well, it wouldn't have been so bad if they just, within the software itself, just kind of converted it to Teams.
You would,
or something to that effect that way, or just be like, hey, all you have to do is sign in and you're ready to go.
That would have made more sense. Like, hey, next time like Skype loads in, it's loading in as Teams.
Right.
Because then us being lazy bastards would have been like, perfect.
Yeah, because it's, as it is, part of the reason it was like, well, let's go to Discord. I was like, I already have Discord and you already have Discord.
Yeah,
so
and Salty Language has a Discord. Check it out. We talked there.
Right. Yeah, it's in the show notes. And, also I was thinking of, the other podcast I do. So I was like, well, Henno has Discord because he's in our group chat. So I was like, well, then, this should be a nice, easy transition for everything. And boy, silly me.
It was one of these.
You make me sad.
It was something. Yeah.
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 Well, anyway. Whatever. Well, it's about 63% figured out.
I feel like that's a high estimate.
Yeah, I'm trying to be positive, Brian.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's really just, I think just going into the technical specs here of our show, but I do think if you just downloaded OBS, you'll be able to record way easier with Henno.
Yeah, I think so too. That's just going to be my plan.
Because like the way mine is set up is obviously I have video and I have images because, YouTube. But look, for you, I just have a Stu 2.0 because I had to make a new one because Discord fucked everything from the Skype setup. So I have Stu 2.0, which is your video and also your audio.
Okay.
And then I just have my microphone as my two inputs, and it just seamlessly records everything together.
Okay.
So that'll be probably your next Audacity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yep. And then if you and Henno ever want to do video, you can easily transition into it.
Right.
So.
Good enough.
Yeah. Stuff. Anywho, Brian, how the fuck are you, buddy?
Oh, it's just been a whirlwind of sunshine and rainbows over here.
Good news, everyone.
Seriously.
Not really.
I mean, first off, I'm still sick.
Whoa. That's crazy to me that you're still sick.
Yeah, like I had gotten better, and then my mom had gotten whatever we had dealt with before, this, I don't know, respiratory thing or cold, whatever the hell it is. And she got it again, and then I got it again. And
the gift that keeps on giving, Brian.
Oh, dude, seriously. Like yesterday, dude, I opened the screen door, I opened windows, it was like, turned fans on. It was like, all right, whatever germs are in here, get the fuck out,
Did you Lysol bomb the house?
Dude, I don't have any. Actually, I went to Aldi today and I meant to look for something, whether it was, Berman's version or
yes. Mama Casita's antiseptic spray.
Right. Whatever. But, whether it was Lysol or just their brand, whatever. And I totally forgot. But I took Clorox wipes and, wiped the counters and, it's, handles of stuff and all that, cleaned the bathrooms, all that shit, just hoping that, but it's like, at least I'm not coughing as bad today. But the problem is that it's like, there's like this kind of tightness in my chest when I cough. Like I can't really, get rid of this cough again.
Are you a little verklempt?
Not really. That's
No.
the weird part. It's kind of a dry cough, which is, no good. So I called my doctor today and was like, hey, I need to maybe come in and, maybe I need like a good dose of something stronger to like kick this out of me.
Like barrel strength bourbon.
Yes.
Single cask, obviously.
Right. Hands me 2 bottles and he's like, take 2 of these and, call me in a week.
You call him the next day. You got more? Can I get a refill?
Yeah. I ran out last night.
I said as needed. I know. I was playing this crazy drinking game.
Yeah. So yeah, that has sucked, which has compounded the other bits of rays of sunshine in my life, which was, to make a long story short, well, whatever, I'll tell the story. Fuck it.
Let's go. What's over here for us?
My mom had a doctor's appointment. She was leaving with my brother. I was sick, so I'm like, well, I'm not going to go with you because I'm sick. And, but I was standing at the door, and as he was helping her, or she was going down the stairs, she kind of just staggered a little bit and then sat down. And I thought it was because they had her fasting for blood work.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom's diabetic. And I'm like, oh no, I hope her sugar isn't crashing. Right? So I go outside and she's talking about how weak she is and everything. And then all of a sudden, I mean, she just went limp and I saw her eyes roll back in her head. And she just was going like, like that for a minute and then nothing. Like she was breathing, but my brother and I are both like, mom, and nothing, no response at all from her for, man, it had to be 3 or 4 minutes. I mean, it felt like 20 minutes, it felt like a long time, but I'm sure in real time it was probably like 2 to 5 minutes. It wasn't 5 minutes. It was probably like 2-3 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all.
Oh, dude, I'll probably never forget it.
Well, of course.
Like we talked about flashbulb moments last episode, and
can we call them trauma bulbs?
Oh, that's yeah. So, I immediately, of course, I didn't have my phone on me because I had been in bed, so I like run in, to get my phone, called an ambulance, or call 911. They showed up and everything, and they gave her the option at first. Because they were pretty, I think they figured that it was, oh, she just needs to get something to eat. Like but then they tested her sugar. Her sugar was actually fine. Her blood pressure was actually okay. It was a little low, but it wasn't bad. And I'm like, well, this is really weird. And then one of the guys was kind of like, why don't you go in and let's just, see what's going on? Because she had been sick with the same thing I have, basically. And that was part of what her doctor's appointment was for, was to talk about being sick. And anyway, so, they get her to the hospital and, got her in pretty fast and everything because they didn't know what the hell was going on. So we're sitting there, and then at one point they're like, well, we're going to take you to the, what is it? It's like the cardiovascular wing, but it's not the cardiac unit.
Okay.
So, and they were like, and we're gonna run like EKGs, and we're just gonna see if we can figure out what's going on here.
Yeah.
Because when her eyes rolled back in her head, I had 2 thoughts, and the first thought was, oh shit, her sugar's crashing.
Yes.
And she's in like a bad spot because for anybody who doesn't know, if your sugar crashes low enough, you literally can die from it. You can go into a coma and all this. So it can be a very catastrophic thing. And the other thing I was thinking was, because of her other actions, I was like, oh no, I hope she's not having a stroke.
Right.
Because my mom's 78, and just, her, like I said, her eyes rolled, the thing with her her speech. And I was like, So and then we get there and then they're talking like, EKG. So I'm very much like, oh man, maybe it was a stroke or something. And at first, what they basically, her numbers were, I don't know, what was that? I forgot what it is. The heart enzyme level was high. And then they told us that basically, when your heart squeezes blood out, you don't want it to squeeze too little and you don't want it to squeeze too much.
Goldilocks
right?
heart.
Like you don't want your heart to squeeze all the blood out. Because the woman said basically the way it typically works is if you had a plastic bottle filled with water and you squeezed it, there's still some water left in it. And that's how it's supposed to be. You don't want, it's not supposed to go completely empty. And basically what was happening was hers was barely squeezing is what they were thinking. Like they were talking, it was only squeezing it like 15%. And anything over, what did she tell me? I think it's anything over 45% is okay. They want it somewhere between like 45 to 55, I think they said, is what is normal or what they're looking for. And hers was around 15 to 20%. So they were very concerned about that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course.
So the next step was they were, like they were supposed to do a heart catheter, which for anyone who doesn't know, it's where they go in and they basically look to see what's going on, because they said they were looking, they needed to figure out basically what was going on, if it was a blockage situation or if it was that the electrical function of the heart wasn't working right. Because they said that sometimes the beat of your heart can get thrown off, and that's why you've heard of an irregular heartbeat, and that's why that can be concerning, because if your heart doesn't beat regularly, you don't get blood pushed out.
Yeah, it's like a
right level.
piston misfiring in an engine,
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, and everything. So, and now keep in mind also when we went to the hospital the first day, I went even though I felt like garbage, because I was just like, well, I got to be there.
Well, of course, yeah, naturally.
And on day 2, like I went up, and then my sister, when she left, because she wanted to get something to eat, and I hadn't eaten at this point. So she's like, well, how about I take you home? Because she goes, you can feed your cat, get yourself something to eat, and then we'll go back. Okay, So we did that. And by the time we left that night, I was feeling pretty awful. Like I was like, ooh, like I got home, it was 10:30, because they don't have visiting hours at St. Anne's. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not know that.
Yeah, they have after 8 o'clock, they ask you to respect like quiet time, but you can stay as long as you want to stay.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of nice.
Which I like, because a lot of hospitals, at like 8 or 9 o'clock, they're like, all right, everybody out. And you're like,
get the fuck out. But I want to sleep here,
Yeah. And they did offer that, because, they were like, if any of you want to stay, we can get a cot or something, or pull in another chair so you can kind of, push chairs together.
The most uncomfortable sleep ever.
Dude, you'd just rather sleep on the floor. Almost.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I might just go sleep on the toilet.
Yeah. Also done that.
I mean, I've taken a couple naps on the toilet before, too. Whether it was because I was drunk or just really tired.
Yes.
But anyway, so when I got home that night, like, I was up for, I got a little something to eat again when I came back, because I didn't eat a whole lot the first time. So I was like, well, I better eat a little something else. And dude, I crashed. It wasn't even 11:30 and I was out.
Damn, son.
And again, good way to figure out that something's not right with me is if I'm in bed at 11:30 at night.
If you're sleeping a normal sleep schedule, something is dreadfully wrong.
If I'm in bed before Tony, no.
Yeah, accurate.
But I woke up the next day and I felt like trash, and I was kind of sweaty and, had the old sweats / chills.
Did you look in the mirror and say, hello, me, it's me again?
I didn't know.
No.
But I texted my sister and was like, hey, I don't think I should go up there, because even though mom already has what I have, basically, I don't want to make anybody else sick, as well as, I feel like trash. But it's like, and a friend of mine that's a doctor was like, yeah, you need to stay away. because, you know, there is, even though she's already got that, you still could compound things. So you don't want to. So on top of not knowing what's going on fully, you know, but it's like I'm also not there.
Well, yeah,
Which
right.
is killing me.
Well,
because,
that's half the reason I was like, you still good to record? You still good for Friday? Oh my God, shut up, Alexa. Jesus. Scared the shit out of me.
So my sister, I texted her the one day and I was like, hey, I was like, you know, can I talk to mom? You know, because since I can't be there, but at least I could talk to her.
That's fair, right?
So I talked to her on the phone, and then partway through, my sister, you know, put it on FaceTime, and I was like, duh, I don't know why I didn't even think.
Yeah, FaceTime's amazing, Brian.
I didn't even think about FaceTime. So I FaceTimed with her. I've done that a couple of times now. And anyway, so they did the heart cath.
Yeah.
And they found out that she has multiple significant blockages. Like one's like 90-some%, one's like 65%. I forgot the other one. And when my sister's telling me this, I'm like, oh shit, because I'm like, I'm gonna have another parent go through open heart,
right?
You know, and then she goes, she's not a candidate for open heart because, again, for anyone who doesn't know, I mean, yeah, you assume everyone would know this, but open heart surgery is an incredibly traumatic surgery.
Yes,
because not only do they saw and crack open your rib cage, they also strip veins out of your leg, and it's a really, like, the doctors will tell people the pain you have afterwards will be worse in your leg than it will in your chest, because basically when they pull that vein out, it's pulling that vein through nerves and all sorts of stuff, so it aggravates like a whole lot of things.
Of course,
so,
I mean, they're removing it.
right. So that basically left the doctors with two options, which was do nothing or put stents in. And stents are kind of workarounds for this kind of thing. And I'm sitting there, and with my sisters, I mean, I'm not going to, I mean, I just lost it, you know.
Well, yeah, of course.
I don't want to lose my mom, you know.
Obviously.
And it's scary.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, So I talked to like I said, I have a friend that's a doctor, and talking with her, she explained a little more that honestly, she's like, you know, stents are, you know, generally effective, and you can go in and have more put in if need be, that kind of thing. Like, and it's not surgery. They basically make a really small incision. So, I mean, it is invasive, but it's minimally invasive.
Yeah.
Less traumatic on the body.
It's the, what do they call that? Endoscopy or whatever, right? God damn it.
What was that? I'm not getting any audio from you.
Endoscopy? It's like an endoscopy?
Oh, okay. Like how like my knee surgery, like the arthroscopic.
Yeah. There you go. Coming with little robots and shit.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So, you know, and she was, you know, she helped me a whole lot. Like, you know, really kind of talked me off the ledge a little bit, because I was really spiraling. Because, you know, we've talked on here before. My brain goes negative. I try so hard to not let it, but my brain goes negative right away. And, you know, and there's no point in that, really. Right. Like, even though I'm worried, there's all this, but it's like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I cannot control this.
As much as it sucks, you're a bystander right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all we can do is be supportive and tell her we love her. And if you're the praying type, pray. And, you know, that's all any of us can do here, is just put it in the doctor's hands, put it in God's hands, however you want to look at these things, right? But we can't actually. It's not like I'm going to scrub in, you know.
Wait, what?
No, they told me I'm too qualified for it.
That's like, I thought that's why you platinum surgery simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been practicing an operation all week.
Hell yeah. Don't even touch the sides anymore.
Oh, no. Only where it counts.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's basically, and then last night, you know, she pulled out all her IVs, and then they found out she has a UTI, and I didn't know this. Did you know UTIs can basically make you crazy?
You know what? I've been updating Michelle on your mom too, and she said the same thing. She was like, really? I wonder if, you know, she pulled out her IVs, because if you have a UTI, it does make some people go, like older people, get a little nutty.
Yep. And that was not a thing I knew existed.
Yes, but the toxins, Brian, the toxins.
Yeah, when my sister called today, she told me that, and then I, confirmed with my doctor friend. Not that I didn't believe her, but I was just telling my friend, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that happens," So, but I guess now my sister texted me a little bit ago, so the most current update I have as of right right now is that she ate her dinner. She was tired because they had to sedate her.
Of course.
And basically she's okay, and so I don't know now. The next step is the stents, but they need to clear the UTI first,
Right.
because it is amazing, like seriously amazing how much a UTI can fuck you up, from what I've read since that point.
Drink your water, kids.
Yeah, like it's not even just that. Like for women especially, it's a problem because it can just be an anatomy thing. Like if their urethra is not long enough, when it empties, it'll still be kind of still in the body. Whereas like as men, we're luckier in that ours generally will just dribble into our shorts.
Yeah, you fucking helicopter to hose a little bit.
Yeah.
I
mean, guys can still get them obviously, but we're way less likely to than women are. So
well, especially I mean, like you and I, we piss so hard. No way it's happening.
So hard.
So hard.
Well, and I got rocks pushing piss out too.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
But I mean, I learned in the past with because she had one in the past, and I learned that you can have them. I always thought the way you could tell if you had one was it burned when you peed, right?
Yeah, right.
That's the old thing.
Turns out STDs. God damn it.
But the doctor at the urgent care that time was like, "Oh yeah, that doesn't always happen." And I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "You can have a bad UTI and it doesn't burn at all."
Oh God!
I was like,
ninja UTIs.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
no.
that's terrible."
They've
it's
advanced
like
their technology,
right?
Oh my God!
So yeah, they got a cloaking device apparently now. They're like Romulans or whatever.
I mean, honestly, if I had a UTI, I'd be pretty nutty too.
Right?
I've had pets of UTIs, and it's a disaster.
Oh yeah, I had one years ago, and that's knock on wood, that's the only one I ever had. But it sucked because it burned like fire when you peed. I mean, I've had worse, obviously, with the kidney stone situation.
Well, yeah, for sure.
But it was very unpleasant for a few days, and and then as you take antibiotics and stuff, it clears up. But they said that this one she has it's a pretty bad one. So they're talking that there's a chance they may push off the stents procedure until Monday now.
Are they pumping her full of ivermectin and vitamin A or whatever?
Obviously. Yeah, obviously. I mean, I brought it from home. I don't trust what they have there.
No, why would you?
Yeah. Fucking it. I'll tell you this though. Throughout the situation, I've felt like the people who've been working on her give a shit, even to the point that one of the nurses, my mom was complaining that her hair, because she has long hair, her hair was sticking to the back of her neck and making her hot and uncomfortable. And the one nurse went to her locker and got a hair tie and literally got behind the bed my mom was in and like combed her hair up and put it into like a bun, like samurai bun, basically.
Fuck yeah, just get her a sword.
Yeah,
bowl rice.
Right. So it was like even just little shit like that. They've been really great. And my sisters have said the same thing, like all the nurses and stuff they've had and the doctors have been phenomenal about how they explain everything. Because, like I'm very much if you give me enough knowledge, I will feel comfort in knowledge.
Yes.
And generally, I'm also very much like, if the doctor comes in and is like, "Hey, we got this, no problem," I follow their lead.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Once again, you're not scrubbing it.
Right. I mean, I offered.
Not this time.
I offered, but the doctor was like, "I'd be too intimidated with you in there."
Yeah,
which is understandable.
It wasn't for that one incident that revoked your license.
At one time, yeah. Look, I didn't know you don't do surgery by cutting across the throat every time.
Hey,
Who knew?
I know, right? They stopped moving immediately.
They did not teach me that in surgery simulator. But I can't say enough about that part of it. That they've been really awesome to my family and stuff. So that's been good.
That's good. Yeah, that's half of it. Like if you got shitty staff, I can remember many times I'd go visit my dad in the hospital, and he'd, nurse would leave, and he'd be like, she's such a bitch. And it's like, that's just terrible.
Yeah, and it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, and I get why. Like, just watching those nurses like run around, you can tell they're so understaffed. Because I watched one nurse. I mean, she didn't stop for a good half hour. Like, I watched her go room to room to room to room. Like, she, and then eventually I saw her stop by the nurse's station, literally put her hands on the thing and take a deep breath and grab her water. That was the first time she had a chance to, like, breathe for half an hour.
Well, fortunately, everything's probably going to get way better. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but yeah, that's been my pretty uneventful week.
Wow.
Went to the store, went to Aldi for a little bit today because I was feeling a little better. Or actually, I took a walk down to the mailbox.
Hell yeah.
By the time I got back, I was like, ooh, man, I'm out of breath. And then I went to Aldi with my nephew, and even walking around there, partway through, I was like, hey, I got to stop for a minute. It's like I'm not coughing as much, but I don't necessarily see that as a good thing. I feel like at this point, I'd kind of would like a little productive cough.
Well, I've told you, those unfiltered Marlboro 100s are they're not good.
Listen, I only chew the butts. I don't eat the whole cigarette.
Dude, I bought little headphone covers because my headphones are disintegrating.
Yeah.
And they look like tiny shower caps, which is adorable.
Oh yeah, I've got them online.
But they're not super comfortable. I don't know why.
They're not.
It changes the whole feel of the headphone.
Totally does. They are not comfortable.
What happened? It's just fabric. I don't understand.
I don't know, man, but you're not wrong. So, it's funny, I was coughing, and when we were at the hospital, my mom coughed one time, and I mean, she had like a deep, like, kind of cough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the nurse was just like, whoa. And the doctor was in the room, and he goes, I'm going to listen to your lungs. He goes over, and he listens, and he's like, did you used to smoke? And she goes, no. And he goes, really? And I was like, whoa, she must really. He goes, your lungs sound really bad. And I was like, well, yeah. I'm like, she's had this respiratory thing for like 2 weeks. I told him, I said, she literally was supposed to go to her doctor today for this. And he goes, you should have went sooner. And it was like, yeah, I'm kind of angry. And she's not going to go back to the family doctor she was going to because I'm not going to allow it.
Fair enough.
Because she called her doctor and told her about that, and their doctor was basically like, well, we'll get you in a week and a half. And also, this doctor, my mom has been complaining for, probably since she had COVID. She's been complaining about being weak. And we thought for a while, it's like, well, maybe it's long COVID, and it could be, right?
Yep,
like,
right.
Again, we're all seeing what long COVID is.
Yeah.
Because, we're all living guinea pigs for it because we don't know what the 10-year outlook is yet. We haven't hit it yet.
For sure.
So, but even if it wasn't COVID, she kept complaining about being weak. She just couldn't get her strength back. And her doctor was basically like, well, you are 78, or you are 77 or whatever. Now I'm furious, right? Because in my head I'm going, she had significant blockages in her heart, and maybe this could have been caught sooner.
Yeah, if that guy was such a piece of shit.
Yeah, so, we, all of us, meaning my siblings and my mom, we all had a conversation about this. One last thing is the hardest part of this whole thing. I know normally we're dick and fart jokes in it here, but...
We'll get there, don't worry.
Forgive me for 1 week, yeah. The hardest part was the other day my sister called and she was crying and I'm like, what's wrong? And she goes, Mom wants to talk to us. And I'm like, okay. And it was, they had, before they do any procedure or whatever, you gotta have the talk of hey, there's a chance you could die.
Of course. Yeah.
So my mom wanted all of us to know her wishes.
Oh.
And I already knew them.
That's still hard.
It's right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those where I'm like, I know we're just covering bases here, but it's like I don't even want to give any energy to that. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
I don't even want to
absolutely.
put, yeah, but it needed to be said. We're all on the same page. We know how she feels. There could be fighting because from what I understand, since I don't think she has an actual living will, so because of that, from the way the hospital talked, it sounds like basically if we're not unanimous, they can't pull the plug.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and there's 4 of us.
Yeah.
You know, so if it's not major or not unanimous, but anyway, I don't think there'll be a problem. But
You could always
I'm not
settle
gonna
it
give any.
4-player GoldenEye.
Yeah. Oh, well, boy, that's gonna suck for them then. 'Cause none of them are video game players.
Oh, it's over. It's so sad. That's why your mom chose how you guys were sorted out. It was by a
Right.
GoldenEye tournament.
Yeah, she's like, I know Bryan will follow what I want.
Yeah, everyone's like, this looks like you're writing, Bryan. No,
Yeah.
nah, man.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I've been going through doing stuff that I hadn't had to think about for a while, like you know,
Yeah.
making sure bills are paid, you know, that kind of stuff, and you know, getting the checkbook out, making sure, like, looking to see what is going to have to be paid, and making sure, you know, all that stuff. It's like I just haven't had to do that because she always handles her own money. You
Yeah,
know, she's
right.
been, you know, mentally sound enough to do that. So it's weird, you know.
Right,
and
right.
then dealing with the cat, obviously, constantly like, where is she?
Yeah,
You know,
what's
'cause she
going
keeps,
on here? Yeah.
yeah, going in her room. So I've been letting the cat come in my room at night and sleep with me, which she's getting used to, but she still sleeps and like she still pokes her head up and, you know, is constantly like looking out the door and stuff because she knows, like, normally I didn't let her in my room.
Right.
So anyway, so I think that's it for me.
I mean, that's that's enough.
Dude, it's too much, man.
Absolutely.
Too much. I don't wish this on anybody, you know, and it's extra scary for so many reasons for me because I'm not working, you know, like Congress at some point here is probably going to strip my health care, you know, and then I got this hanging over me too. And it's just like, like I've said to my therapist many a time, it's like, you know, with one bad thing right now, this could like decimate my whole foundation.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And
yeah.
I'll be okay, right? Like, I know things, I'll figure it out, but it's still the idea
It's gonna
that
suck.
it's really scary in the meantime.
Of course. Yeah, of course it is.
And it's like, but obviously my main focus would be, I don't want to lose my mom. I don't want anything bad to happen to my mom. I don't want her to be bedridden or a vegetable, or I don't want her to, you know, when my sister said the words, you know, one option is do nothing. And I'm like, oh no, I don't like that one at all.
That's a terrible option.
Yeah. Well, because if you tell me there's nothing we can do, that's never good news.
No.
You know,
but you go, hey, there's a chance. Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's like, you know, never tell me the odds.
Yeah, exactly. That's right, Han Solo. Everyone loves.
Dude, I did that years ago when my dad first had cancer. And they were talking about something, and my dad started going, "Oh, they're giving me." I'm like, "Never tell me the odds." I'm like, it's like I don't even want to hear what the odds were.
You gotta Han Solo it.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So, yep. Don't get cocky, kid.
Don't get cocky, kid.
I know.
Well, that's.
I'm just rambling off Han Solo lines now.
I mean, I got stabbed in the chest by my son.
Spoilers. Spoilers. Come on. What are we doing here?
No, sorry. My apologies.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Wrong guy.
No, right guy, just wrong movie.
You're right.
Anywho.
I mean,
all right, so what do you got? How's your week been?
Not very exciting. I've been working, of course, because it's the week, and it's been like nonstop rain until the weekend.
Yeah,
it's been fucking monsoon, dude. Buckets.
When we left the hospital the other night, it had just started. Like, we were about to leave, and I told Chrissy, I was like, I'm looking at the weather app, I told my sister, and I'm like,
It go
we should
rain.
probably,
Oh.
yeah, I'm like, we should probably leave, or we're gonna be here for a few more hours, because it's gonna pour.
Oh yeah, that night was insane.
Dude, by the time we get down to, we go outside, and one of the nurses actually was like, do you have an umbrella? And she was like, no. And he goes, here, and handed her his umbrella. And he goes, just bring it back when you come up tomorrow and give it to the nurse's station.
Oh, that was nice.
Which was incredibly nice of him. But we get outside and it was windy too, and I'm like, I don't know if that umbrella is gonna do any good.
Yeah, you ever watch Mary Poppins?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right? But so my sister runs to her Jeep basically, and then it was kind of cool watching her come up though, because the rain's hitting it like crazy and she's splashing water. It almost looked like if I got my phone out, it might have been the next Jeep commercial.
It's a Jeep thing, Brian. You now understand.
No, I didn't understand until we were coming home, because sorry for going local, but we got on Secor where it floods.
Oh yeah.
About halfway down, dude, there was a bus in front of us. That bus was just like whatever, and just right through it. And we get to it, and I mean, we were throwing a lot of water.
I mean, as a Jeep guy, I know.
Yeah. So my sister was just like, "Well, I'm glad I have a Jeep."
Yeah.
Like,
see,
yeah, me too.
See, I've braved fairly deep waters of mine because it's jacked up pretty high.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hers is just set regular, but it was still, it wasn't a big deal because it's a Jeep.
Yeah,
so.
It's a Jeep.
But we did see a car that must have stalled out.
People are idiots.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And either that, or I mean, there might be a chance, because anybody who lives in that area knows it floods.
Yeah.
Right? Like, even when she started going that way, I'm like, are you sure you want to go this way? She goes, why? I'm like, because it's probably flooded. And she's, we'll be all right. And I was like, okay, well,
it's a Jeep.
Vehicle,
it's a Jeep thing.
I'm not pushing if we get stuck.
No, you don't have to. No. It's a Jeep. The Jeeps don't get stuck. They just get uphill or something. They just get to check engine lights and low gas mileage.
There was a couple times though where it's like her wipers were not keeping up. I was like, we should have probably just stayed at the hospital for another hour and let this calm down a little bit. But
I mean, be me fighting arch-tempered Ray Dow, the lightning dragon, during a lightning storm. That was amazing. No. I was like, whoa, I'm playing this game in 4D. Yeah.
Like, you know what would make this even better? I'm going to go outside.
Yeah, right. There you go. I mean, they're wireless controllers. I can see my TV through my front window.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. You just need a little something to wrap the controller in to keep it from
it's wrapped in love,
destroyed.
Brian.
Okay, well,
I'll take my one out there. It developed stick drift. It deserves
it.
Yeah,
that's...
Oh, man.
That would be impressive.
That would be impressive.
Or really stupid. Take your pick.
Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is always yes in that scenario.
Right.
Now, it's been a pretty chill week. I mean, even our weekend was, I had to pick my parents up and spend all day Saturday basically doing that and with picking them up. Yeah. And then, we got to go to Larson's and then I'm at their house and just fucking smoke alarm beeping and I'm on ladders changing out batteries and it's a whole situation, Brian.
Right. I was wondering if that's why I saw your post from Larson's and I wondered if they were back in town.
Yes.
Or if you just took a run up there. So because it's not that far.
No, and it is good, but I mean, that's their spot. One of. But yeah, so they're back in town, and I mean, like you were saying, you see the morality of your, like your mom and I see with my mom because they're gone for 6 months out of a year now. So when I see them, I'm always like, God, they're so fucking old. I hope you don't listen, Mom. I love you. Yeah, but it is like Chuck's used to be like the svelte dude, and now he's his back's all fucked up from running heavy equipment his whole life. He's kind of hobbling around a lot more, and my mom's telling me the same stories, and I'm just like, oh man.
It's
reality hits you right in the goddamn face.
It does, and it's like I forgot who I was talking to the other day. I was like, see the mortality of that. I'm like, I almost just wish there would be like a red flag that would go off for ourselves, to where you're kind of like, all right, it's time to take the old header off the bridge. You know?
Yeah, right. For sure.
For everyone's sake.
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Like, or a little, what's that movie, Logan's Run? Like, when you hit a certain age, they just put you out to pasture, basically.
What was the movie with fucking boy band dude Justin Timberlake, where he had like the time on his wrist, and that was how much time you had left in your life, and you could you would like pay in time and shit.
Yeah,
you remember that? What was that movie called?
Indiana Jones.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember either. It was good though.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I mean, we do have the internet.
Timberlake time movie. Let's see what happens.
That's the perfect Google, just to let you know.
In Time is what it's called.
In Time. Yeah, that's kind of a shitty name, though. Not gonna lie.
In a future where people stop aging at 25, but are engineered to live only one more year, having the means to buy your way is a shot at immortal youth.
Youth?
There's more. I'm just not gonna bother.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Because the one picture it shows here, his wrist is glowing with like a clock on it.
You know, actually, now that I'm looking at some of the images from the movie, I don't know if I've watched this.
I don't think I ever did.
Yeah, it's like I know of the movie and I thought I'd watched it, but I don't think I've watched this.
It's got a 6.7 out of 10 IMDb score and 36% of Rotten Tomatoes.
Written.
So, yeah.
Huh.
I was looking to see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's. I don't know if it's on any streaming services, because all the things it shows here show the old rent and buy options, which usually means it's not on a free or it's not a free situation
For sure.
or part of a streaming service, I should say. It's you gotta pay extra.
Bastard guys.
Yep.
Oh, hey, hi Kurt. Apparently my pal Kurt's watching. He says it's worth one watch.
That's fair.
So
okay. I could see that. It looked like it might be an interesting enough concept to sit through once.
Yes, quite.
Mm-hmm. And I assume there's some fancy dance numbers from Timberlake in it, right?
I hope so. I mean, that dude's got the moves.
Right.
Wait, no, that was that other pop guy, moves like Jagger. Who the fuck was that?
Oh, Harrison Ford.
That's right. Bruno Mars, right?
No.
I got the moves.
Jesus. No, Moves Like Jagger was a Maroon 5 song, but it's Adam Levine. Yeah.
Isn't that what they called those giant fighting robots in Real Steel? Weren't they like Jagers?
Oh.
Or Jaegers or something? Because like Jaeger's hunter in German. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. They aren't land Jagers.
But I mean, well, they are if they're on the land.
True.
I mean, there's also air Jagers and sea Jagers, obviously.
Oh my God, those sea Jagers could be delicious. I don't know about air Jagers. I don't know what
those are ones you throw them in the air. You try to.
Yeah. You try to eat them.
Yeah. It's like a fun game. You throw land Jagers at your buddy and see who can catch it in their mouth.
So basically, they were lawn darts.
Yes, but meat.
Right.
Yes.
Stay right there.
The meat darts.
You look at the camera and you're like, "This is going to be hilarious," and you throw a yard dart instead.
I feel like meat darts is a name of something. It seems like a punk band or something. The Meat Darts.
Oh, I was just thinking it'd be a great product, man.
I mean, so all right. Is it an actual dartboard and like darts and a dartboard?
Oh, I was just thinking like darts or like loose cigarette basically. I was thinking just meat darts would just be like individual.
I got it, Brian. It's an actual dartboard, but the dartboard is covered in charcuterie.
Ooh,
and then you throw the dart and you're like, I guess I'm having pepperoni right now.
Oh, okay.
Or dates or whatever. Whatever you put on a good charcuterie.
Right. Harrison Ford. Yeah.
And then you could do it at a bar and you could call it Shootcuterie because you shoot darts. It's all coming together. I don't know who's going to accept the room temperature meats and cheeses stapled to a dartboard, but
at a bar. Let's not forget.
Absolutely.
God only knows who didn't wash their hands before putting that up there.
Everybody. That's who.
Yeah.
It's no secret.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You got everyone's poo and pee on your hands.
All right. So are the meats on the board the actual meats you eat, or is there like a separate tray?
No.
So where those are just decorative.
No,
Okay.
the separate trays are for people to buy so they can peruse and watch
Oh, okay.
the charcuterie match.
Oh my. Charcuterie just, there's something about it that just feels unnerving.
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the word of it. I don't know. It's like it's got a skeevy feel to it, which might be the perfect name then.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, Shootcuterie really does sound like a character in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shootcuterie.
Shootcuterie. So I made an interesting discovery this week.
Okay.
Eating healthy is apparently just not for me anymore.
All right.
So get this. You know me.
Mm.
I do like my healthy foods.
Right.
I once upon a time I prided myself on my healthy foods.
Right. Sure.
So
Land Jaggers, charcuterie.
Yeah, Shootcuterie.
Shootcuterie, right.
Yeah.
You're a world champ.
Yes. So
only because no one else has a clue what you're talking about.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm the champ.
That's right.
So yesterday, I'm at work. Don't have a lunch because we need to go grocery shopping. No leftovers.
Right.
Because we did Quimby's the night before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I've had a terrible experience of one of these salads before, but I think it was a bad salad.
Okay.
And they had like a turkey, poppy seed dressing, cranberry salad. I'm like, that sounds delightful. Way overpriced because it's coming out of a stupid work lunch area, but whatever. I got to eat something.
Yeah, they got you. You're a captive audience at that point. What
Yes, exactly.
Either that or you leave.
Yes. So I get my salad. I'm enjoying it. Oh, actually, I had some mid-salad entertainment because, all this, you gotta, I'm Nick Napkin when I'm eating, right?
Right. Yeah.
And my friend Matt's like, hey Tony, are you done with that napkin? And we're outside, by the way, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look at my salad. I'm like, no, I'm still kind of using it, but he's like, all right, well, I got a weird question for you. He does this. He's like, did a bird shit on my head? And sure enough, a bird shit right on the top of his domer, right in his right in his cul-de-sac,
Wow.
And I was immediately like, you need this napkin more than I do. But meanwhile, finished the sandwich, break was wonderful. Fast forward a couple hours into work, and I'm like, man, I don't feel great.
Yeah.
But, whatever dumb digestive shit that happened when I hit my 40s, that's just what I live with now. Some days I feel fine. Other days, I want to do a sailor dive off the roof. Right.
Fair enough.
But this is one of those days where it was like exceptionally like, I feel like shit. I hurt. I still got a couple hours of work. This sucks, Right. And I get home and I felt like that all night. I just felt like shit. Wow. Like, I told you, like, hey, let's record tonight because I'm going to mow my grass. I didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
I was just on the couch, not feeling good. I did make chopped cheese.
Right.
Delicious.
That's fair.
But cue the next morning, a.k.a. this morning.
Right.
I wake up with my alarm and Michelle's gone because, that happens sometimes because at one point I asked her, are you talking to me? And she's like, no, because I just dreamed weird shit, But she's gone. I'm laying in bed and I'm just like, well, let me look at my phone. And man, I'm surprised there's paint on her walls with this gasser that slipped out of me. It was horrifying.
Yeah, dude.
Like they should, whatever they're doing right now to get the Pope elected, all those people should have been in my house cleansing the area. It was horrifying.
That's what the news was covering. I was wondering when they said there was no new Pope chosen at your house. All right.
Yeah, horrifying. And I'm like,
Like black smoke.
dude, I'm like, I got to get up immediately. Hit the bathroom and not even, it was just green water. It looked like I was eating grass clippings, bro.
Oh shit, I'm gonna die over here.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is that? Like, why? Like, I'm
what
trying.
the hell was in that salad?
It was just like mixed greens, turkey, cranberries, a little cheese.
You know, well, maybe it was the cheese. Don't you have issues with milk stuff?
But it was like a hard Parmesan. That's kind of cheese.
Oh,
yeah, that's
okay.
fine normally.
Okay. Maybe, I wonder, maybe it has something to do with like, because most meat we eat now from things is not all meat. You know, there's random fillers.
And like Michelle brought, because when I got home, I was like, God, I feel like shit. I ate this salad of turkey. And she's like, a lot of deli turkey is preserved of lactose. It's like, really?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that's why she can't eat deli turkey, because it fucks her up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And when she said that, I was like, I just miss being a garbage disposal. Because once upon a time, I could eat basically whatever I wanted.
Dude,
and then just torpedo shits the next day. And it was and life is good.
Yeah.
Right. Instead, I'm pretending I'm a salad shooter.
Yeah.
It was horrifying. Twice, Brian. I was almost late for work. I got in way later today than normal.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Sorry about your lungs. Man. Right.
Oh, Jesus.
And
it's extra.
But I even said to like my work dudes and all that, like, I could eat a bag of Chex Mix and a candy bar and I'd be better than what I felt yesterday.
Is terrifying, right?
Yeah. So exactly. For lunch today, I had a bag of Chex Mix and a Slim Jim, and I feel amazing. Does that make any sense?
Oh shit. No, absolutely not. Other than
it should be the other way around.
And for a long time, I had the because we were eating, like when I was with Jen, that we'd go on runs where it would just be like we'd just eat like hot shit for like
godless fucking animals.
Well, yeah, just savagery, and it was like, and then I'd be like, oh, here's a leaf of lettuce on a sandwich, and all of a sudden I'm just destroyed for like 3 days, and it was like, because your body's like, what's this vegetable thing?
Yeah, what is this bullshit?
Yeah, because it's like now you're accustomed to eating just the hottest of trash.
Like, dude, we converted your
try to eat healthy.
We converted your GI system to a sports bar. What are you doing?
Yeah, right? And that's basically what it was for a while. And it's like it's so weird that you have to like recondition your body to eat well, because we're so used to eating just trash. And I don't even mean like the ingredients or the additives and stuff. I'm just meaning just eating fast food versus eating home cooked food kind of thing.
For sure.
But dude, I was laughing extra because like when we were up at the hospital, my mom at one point was like, hey, go get the nurse. She goes, because they don't want me getting out of bed and I feel like I gotta go. I was like, oh, okay,
so I get definitely leaving the room.
Yeah, right. So the nurse is like, bedpan situation, and of course we were. No, here's what's funny.
What wrestler beat up an Ardu with a bedpan?
Stone Cold did it to.
That's right. It was Stone Cold.
Mr. McMahon.
That's right. I can see the image in my head, but I couldn't picture the wrestlers. Oh my God. I might have a heat stroke with this hat on.
So, we go out in the hallway, give her some privacy.
Yeah.
And, the nurse goes in with her, and then the nurse comes back out and she goes, I got her covered up if you guys want to go back in. I'm like, no. Like, if she's going to be shitting in there, nobody wants to go in.
Yeah, come on.
She's not going to want. Yeah.
We're having a talk.
She's for sure not going to want to have an audience, right?
Like, this is how I establish dominance.
Yeah, right here.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have hot shits
and stare daggers through your face. You're gonna die tonight, Brian.
I am. Yeah, worth it. So, and I just looked at the nurse. I was like, no.
Oh, so he's dying.
Oh man. So, we're out in the hallway for a while, and, I mean, hey, whatever. We've all been there. Sometimes it takes a minute.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I see this dude go in, and he comes right back out. And next thing you know, I see him go back in, and he literally has 2 cans of, like, Glade air freshener.
Oh, dude, he's dual wielding.
Yeah. So a little bit later, we go back in. My mom's like, I'm so sorry, because she knows, like, that the air freshener stuff, usually it'll trigger headaches for me.
Yeah.
And she's like, I am so sorry. She's like, it was so bad. She's like, he was like using both hands. And
like,
I'm picturing dude. I'm picturing dude in there, like, dual wielding.
It's like doing dances and shit, spinning in circles.
Yeah. Just like it's an action movie. He's doing like a cartwheel, jumping off the wall. Yeah. It's like John Wick, but with Airwick,
Oh, dude, Airwick.
That works.
That does.
It works on different levels.
Yes.
Oh, God. I mean, we had such a good laugh at it, though, because I could not stop picturing this dude in here, just action movie style wielding 2 of those things. Dude, it was strong. I mean, I'm not the shit, but I mean,
wow, I mean,
it must have been. But,
yeah.
Dude, he sprayed it. I mean, I was like, I don't know if I can stay in here because it was so
Thick.
heavy in the air. Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Nothing like rose petals and turd.
Oh, I don't even know what the scent was, but it was floral something, and that's usually the worst for me. I can deal with like fruit smells and all that stuff, but oh, dude, when you start getting to florals, it's like, oh man.
Yeah, it's the Queen's Rose Garden and a nutty poop.
Yeah. I like that it had to be nutty. That was
Well,
nice touch. If
Shit.
you're gonna paint the scene, paint the scene.
Yeah, like like you said, normally it's a dick and fart joke show. We had to go all in.
We did.
I push the chips in the middle of the table, son.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my God, though. I felt so bad for my mom because it's like you know how it is sometimes. Like when you got a shit and you're like, this is gonna be rotten.
Oh yeah,
and now you also know that hey, when I'm done. Not only are the nurses going to come in, but my family is standing outside.
Yeah, I mean, like I am a privacy. Yeah, like I'm a privacy guy.
Me too.
And I, like if I was in that situation, I might just be like, you know what, just roll this bed right out the window. Be better for everybody.
Can I get a new room?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry, folks.
Or I don't know what to tell you. I'm ripping out all this medical shit because I'm sitting on that toilet.
Oh, man. That was the thing. I mean, they were afraid. I mean, they had so much stuff because they were giving her potassium
of course.
and all sorts of stuff, right? So, anyway, I want to go way back in my story to... So remember I told you, my mom she had a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm gonna
it was with some piece of shit doctor.
Right. And I'm like, I'm gonna call and let them know she's clearly not coming in. That way, if someone else is there, they can go ahead and move on with their day.
That'll be $50.
Well, that was the thing, because that was something, so when I called and I was like, hey, I wanted to let you guys know because I know some places have a policy of charging. I'm like, but she literally has passed out and there's an ambulance here right now. Like right as the woman came on the phone, the ambulance showed up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, my brother's here. He can answer their questions probably, and I can take care of this.
In theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course not. They were asking him questions. Either he didn't know or like they needed her ID. And, so I had to come in and get, just shit like that. So anyways, first of all, I had to go through like 900 questions since I'm not my mom, and it's like, all I want to do is cancel the appointment. I'm trying to be a nice guy here so that they can, like I said, if someone else is there early,
end. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If someone else is there early, they can go ahead and keep their day moving. So, and it's just like, oh, we need your address and your phone number and blah, blah, this and your mom's that. And I'm like, And finally, I'm just like, lady, I just want to cancel the appointment. I'm not trying to like,
bitch, listen.
yeah. So, but whatever, I'm part of it too. I'm irritated because obviously I'm worried.
Well, yeah,
that
there's
moment,
a fucking ambulance 2 feet from you.
Right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was calmer on the phone with 911 than I was with my mom's doctor's office.
Well,
And I'm literally telling 911, hey, my mom's crashed out here.
yeah.
Like, so anyway, so.
Can you swing by, grab some Taco Bell, then come get her?
Yeah. They said no on that, by the way.
What are we paying these people for?
No. We got it on the way.
I mean, that works out too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I get all that sorted out. And at the very end, she goes, would you like to stay on the line and take a survey? And I'm like, lady, I just told you twice that I literally have my mom pass out in front of me and there's an ambulance in my front yard.
But sir, can we interest you in a survey?
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, first of all, pay attention to when someone's talking to you. But second of all, read the fucking room.
Well, here's the
problem.
problem.
Of course I don't want to.
While you are trying to get this taken care of, she's barely paying attention to you and playing epic Candy Crush on her phone.
Yeah. Which I understand, right?
Yes.
I mean, I can respect that normally.
Yeah, right? Like, dude, I have 2 different sprinkle chocolates for her to fuck. I'm going to clear his board out.
And so there's an ambulance and an EMS or a EMT crew here at the time, and my brother's out there, and I just sit down on the steps, and I'm like, gotta be fucking kidding me. And one of the guys is like, are you okay? And then I just tell them. All of them stopped and laughed.
Of course they did.
And they were like, wow.
So can I tell you a great idea, Brian? One of our $1 million ideas.
Sure.
That we'll never act on.
Right.
All right. So
we need a good sound drop for that, like a good song.
We really
like
do.
Bumper,
Yeah.
Things that'll never happen.
Yeah. Things we won't do, but we'll talk about.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, you getting Taco Bell in the ambulance. What if, since, Taco...
I think that was a Thrice album, too. Taco Bell in the ambulance.
Hell yeah.
It was, the album was The Artist in the Ambulance, for anyone curious. Anyway.
So Taco Bell's like a franchise type situation where you can buy your own franchise. What if you bought an old ambulance and you called it the Bah Ambulance? And it was just a Taco Bell food truck.
I like this idea.
Painted up in Baja Blast colors.
Yeah.
Right?
I like that, especially if I get to have sirens on it.
Well, of course you're going to have, but it's going to be like, da-na-na-na-na-na-na, or whatever.
Oh, God.
Insert
I don't feel like I'd be comfortable doing that. But
no?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
It's got to be some sort of Taco Bell song,
Was there ever a Yokiro Taco Bell hit single or something?
No, I mean, there was the bong, but that's not.
I mean, that would clearly be the horn.
Yeah, but if I just play that over and over, either someone's going to think, AC/DC's coming or The Undertaker.
That's true. Or
both.
Yeah. Or Metallica.
Oh my God, they show up and it's The Undertaker driving the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You're like, oh, dude, really? Did you not save your money? Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, according to, this is from Gamer Bros, but there's a official Taco Bell theme song on YouTube. Several links.
Oh my.
Yes, I don't know about all this.
It can't be as good as the Big Mac song.
What is? Hello?
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
All-time banger.
All-time. Golden winner of whatever music awards they do.
Yes.
Like the Golden Taco Award, which is also what you see at nude beaches.
I'm thinking it's probably more likely to be a silver taco.
yeah. Well, it's a gold taco with a little silver crest,
Okay, fair.
Yeah, or maybe a giant silver crest. I don't know.
Oh man, right?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh
Jesus
boy.
Christ! Someone by Grandma Razor.
No. By that you mean the phone, right? Like the flip phone?
Hell yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I finished watching Dan to Dan last night. Jesus, tonight.
Yeah, I've not finished that yet.
I'm so sad. And the
They-
way it ends, I'm like,
Did you see?
you fucks. The way it ended.
I think season 2 comes out in like June.
Someone, who was I talking to? Someone at work I was talking to today said, yeah, summer.
Yeah, so it's not. You don't even have a long wait for it.
It's long enough.
I know, but at least it's not like 2027 or something like that.
It's long enough.
Like so many shows to where you watch them and they're like, oh, we'll be back in like 2.5 years. Like,
What am I gonna do without Dan to Dan, Sakamoto? Dude, that is one of the few shows that I don't like skipping the intro.
Yeah,
That intro
got a good intro.
rules.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched a whole lot other than I've been watching playoff hockey the last few nights.
I mean, it's playoff
So,
hockey season.
Those games been good too. Like
Yeah.
they've been tight games or whatever. It was weird watching last night. I was watching our local hockey team, the Toledo Walleye, and watching them win in double overtime. But it's so weird watching an ECHL game and then flipping over to an NHL game, because basically what happens is it reminds you of watching a WWE presentation and then watching an indie show.
Oh yeah, the coverage is way better in the small times.
Also, the lighting is way better in the NHL than it is in the ECHL.
Yeah, they can afford all those extra lights.
Dude, it was blowing my mind though. They were in Fort Wayne last night, and there was only like 6,000 people there. That place holds, I think, 11,000 or something. And I'm just like, how the hell are they not like in Toledo, man? That the Huntington Center's full up, man.
You mean the Hunt?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
It's like full up. I'm like, what's going on with this team?
They suck.
Also, I'm
that's why.
shocked there aren't a ton of Toledo people there because Fort Wayne's not very far.
Well, it's all the way over
I mean,
there.
I know it's a school night. That's probably why.
If it was a
but
weekend game, there'd be people there.
yeah,
Yeah, you'd
I
see-
figure for Fort Wayne's own sake, they would probably have a pretty full stadium on a weekend. But
I would
if
hope
not,
so.
there'd be a lot of Toledo. Yeah, for playoff hockey. I mean,
Yeah,
come
right.
on. And from what I understand, Toledo and Fort Wayne are like rivals. It's like
I
it
guess.
just
What is the team? The Fort Wayne what?
Comets with a K.
Comets with a K?
Yeah,
That's pretty boring.
I know.
Is it because
not
they only win once every 170 years or whatever? Hey-o.
Boy, that would really suck.
I know, right? Like, oh shit, our
Well,
time's
yeah.
coming, boys. It's coming. Look at the
Yeah.
calendar.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's the local hockey team? I wanna get involved. Be like, boy, you're right in that weird spot, man.
Yeah.
Like your grandpappy was probably would have been a fan, and your grandkids, but it's
Yeah,
gonna be rough, buddy.
our championships are generational.
Yeah.
Really?
Like,
Yeah. Huh.
sorry about your luck, man. You might want to find a B team. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
right.
saying. Because we ain't gonna win anytime soon.
Oh, I know I told you and Luther, but Warhammer Boltgun, my guy.
Yeah.
If you're a PlayStation Plus enthusiast, one of the free games this month is Warhammer Boltgun, and I highly recommend you play it, especially if you're our age group, because
Right.
it feels like every shooter after fucking Doom came out, Doom 2 rather.
Okay.
It's so much
Yeah.
fun. It's really hard though. It really is.
Okay.
I was playing on medium, and the board I stopped playing. There's so many guys. It's so hard,
Wow. Okay.
but it's fun.
All right. fair enough.
Dedicated taunt button.
You gotta like that.
Yes, and it's always like, your blood will spill, heretic.
Okay. Right.
For the Emperor. It's like, yes. I'm not a huge Warhammer 40K guy, but I can get behind
not at
this.
all. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
dude, it's fun. Highly
right.
recommend it.
All right.
Obviously, I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter still because I'm addicted.
Sure. That's what you do. Yeah.
That's what I do. Steven Magnolia is still rocking. He was a barbarian for a while. He lived in the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lived in the woods.
yeah. Still had his pink mustache though.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta keep your trademarks and
Gotta
such.
keep your trademarks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided
Wow.
because there's, I don't know, fucking 12 different weapons you can figure out in that game to all have weird move sets. And I'm like, I'm going to try this one. I'm starting to figure it out, and I'm like, let me watch a video. And it's like, the charge blade is probably the most technically challenging weapon. It's like, God damn it. But I like it so much. It's a sword and a shield that turns into an axe, that turns into a chainsaw. It's amazing.
Wow, that's a lot of things.
It is.
Jeez.
It's fun, though.
That's probably why it's technically difficult
It is. It is. It's like, okay, well, I got to charge my sword. Now I got to charge my shield. Now I got to charge everything so I can turn it into a chainsaw.
Right. I mean, which makes sense. I mean, picture, there's Batman who just throws batarangs and shit, or there's Green Lantern.
Yeah. Who can also throw batarangs and shit.
Right. But he's got to think about it. He's got to will it all into existence.
He's got to will the batarangs into existence. How many times do you think Green Lantern has used his powers just to make like the best fleshlight?
Oh, all the time.
All the time. It's almost hands-free. Yeah.
Almost, yeah. You're right.
Oh, God, he's probably done way worse now I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
God damn you,
now I'm
Kyle
just
Rayner.
thinking of picture a Green Lantern who's like
Sicily. What?
No, he's just not great at creating his stuff, so everything's a little wonky.
I mean, like he's like, I need a knight to help me fight. The guy's like one leg shorter than the other.
Yeah.
He's got a big stupid sword like a kid would draw.
Yeah. Like it's just, you're like, he's useful, but he's also a drawback kind of at the same time.
Yes.
Because he's not, you know?
It'd
be like giving me a utility belt, basically. You know? Like you hand me Batman's utility belt. It's like, I'll figure a few things out. There's a good chance I'm going to like bat mace myself at least once.
Yeah. I mean, if I get handed Batman's utility belt, you know what I'm going to figure out immediately? How to use Facebook Marketplace. I'm selling them shits.
Dang, man.
Batman's like, wait a minute. I was on Facebook and I saw. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
I'm the world's greatest detective. Nah.
Yeah.
Also still available if you're interested.
Yeah, right. Bruce Wayne shows up to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of a Green Lantern who's not quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you know what would actually be cool, honestly, legit, is a Green Lantern, like what do they call those? Elseworlds was Marvel. What did DC have?
No, Elseworlds was DC.
Was it? Okay, so
yeah.
What if they did a DC Elseworlds, right? Where the Green Lantern ring gets dropped to like some dude who's like a graffiti artist.
Well, Kyle Rayner was a graphic designer.
Well, I'm just picturing like street art, Green Lantern shit. Yeah. You know?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
I appreciate that they've done stuff with Green Lantern where like each one they try to really make it a different type of character. Like one of the more, well, air quote current ones, was her name Jessica Cruz, I think it was. She went through a whole like I'm not worthy kind of thing. So she had trouble sometimes like summoning stuff with her ring because it's willpower and it's confidence. That's why Hal Jordan never had a problem because, you know, he's always rocking
cocky
BDE.
son bitch. Hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
yeah,
I'm a Air Force test pilot. I got this shit.
Yeah, he's literally walking around swinging dick. You know?
Absolutely. So, Green Lantern dick.
Yeah. So, which is also terrifying.
It's like the dildo bat from Saints Row.
Right.
But like
or him and Dr.
16 times the size.
Yeah, I was like him and Dr. Manhattan having a
wang off.
Yeah. Oh, wang off. That was a weird Elseworld story.
Yeah, so yes, DC presents Wang Off.
Like, oh my.
Like, huh. All right.
Like, I mean, I'm in.
Like, I guess, you know.
Let's go. Oh man, did you watch the new GTA trailer?
Of course, me and 425 million other people or whatever.
Oh, it's up to 475 the last time I looked, which is a lot of people, obviously. But I wasn't surprised by that. I saw some people were like, "Oh my!" I was like, "You gotta first of all understand, one, this game is like the game, right?
Yes.
People have been waiting for a new GTA for over 10 years now.
Yes.
So, and we're gonna have to wait a little longer. Unfortunately, they've now pushed it to 2026.
Yeah, so silly. So silly.
But there's you know, how many videos out there of people that are like, hey, we found like 970 things in this that we're going to talk about. And it's like, so they've either got a team of people where they all are watching it, taking notes, or each time there's various people watching over and over and over.
Oh,
and
yeah.
over,
Going frame by frame and shit.
Right. I watched it twice because, the first time you're just kind of whatever. The second time I was kind of looking around a little more,
Right.
Just honestly, I was just looking around for anything to see if there was any like inside jokes or anything like that, or I wasn't looking for any like Easter egg or not Easter eggs, but like hidden content or something. I was just like whatever. You're
looking for Rockstar shit because Rockstar always puts weird shit in the backgrounds.
Yeah. So that's what I was looking for. But I saw other people that were, like, oh, let's, here's theories on the storylines and stuff, and I'm just like, man, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
I can't wait to play it.
I've never, ever for a GTA game tried to figure that. I'm just gonna play it when it comes out.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hyped, man. I'm already hype as hype as I can get for this game. Aside from one thing, which is I always talk about
the price,
which is, well, dude, even if this game's $100, I'll lay $100 out.
Yeah, so will I.
Because it'll be worth it.
But I don't want to set that precedent into the gaming world.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. But here we are, right?
It's like if I smoked crack, and I'd be like, I'm really gonna pay more for this crack. Then my dealer is going to be like, he's going to pay more for crack going forward.
It's true. You're not wrong.
It's the same idea, just not crack video games.
I think eventually we're going to hit that, though, to where the AAA titles are just going to cost way more. And it's not like a game like this. It bothers me a lot less because the replay level is way higher.
Yes.
If this is a game that I can only play through 20 hours, then, or even like COD. There's a window on COD.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, okay, it's time for the next one. Like I wouldn't want to lay out $100 a year for that. Or
this has been out since PS3, so
yeah.
As we discussed in one of our Patreon episodes.
Yeah. No, the thing that I temper myself on.
Patreon.com/saltylanguage. Huh?
The thing I temper myself on as far as like how hyped I get about a game like GTA is until it's in my hands, it doesn't exist.
It's 100% how I look at it too.
Like this game is not going to get canceled.
No,
they're not going to all of a sudden be like, hey, you know what? Maybe we're not going to make a game that'll make bajillions of dollars. But
no, I'm with you because I'm hyped, of course, but at the same time, it's like, okay, I'll get it when I get it.
Yeah, when I'm literally putting the disc into my system, my PlayStation 12, that's when I'll get excited.
Yes, exactly. When I'm uploading it to my consciousness.
Right, but we also know, the video game world, things get delayed. Now, the other thing is with a game like this, they don't want to keep delaying it because it hurts the company's bottom line big time. I don't know if you saw their stocks and stuff took a hit when they announced it was coming out late, a big hit. And the industry itself was like, fuck. Because that means that now that money won't hit this year's.
Yes.
Total. Yeah. It'll hit next year's. So that'll make, and everybody anticipated that selling, a bajillion of copies.
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it for sure would, no question.
I mean, I'm looking at different links I have pulled up here because I had the trailer going for a minute. And you got Hollywood Reporter, ESPN, of course, IGN, Indy 100. You got all these weird websites reporting on the release date.
Yeah, like why the fuck is ESPN reporting on this?
Right, NorthJersey.com.
I forgot because of esports. That's why.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
They do cover esports. I'm not even thinking about it. I should have known that one, but yeah.
I saw an interesting fact the other day about this game.
Look at all that attention, though.
Oh yeah, So this game costs more to produce and took more time to produce than the fucking Burj Khalifa Tower in Dubai. Isn't that insane?
Wow. It is. I mean,
I want to say the last time I looked, it's like over $2 billion to make this game.
Yeah. And that's the other reason. I was just talking with Fluffy Bunny Ash about this the other day because we were talking about the concept of, like with the Switch, of how they're talking games and Xbox raising prices on things. And she made a great point, which is if you think about it, in a way, for the most part, games have not really gone up that much since we were like teenagers.
True.
Because games for those systems were they were like 50 or 60 bucks.
60 bucks. 70's become the new norm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now Nintendo's pushed it to 80. And a game like GTA, like I said, if tomorrow they were like, hey, standard version's $100, I don't think many people will blink an eye at it. I think they'll just be like, all right.
I think people will bitch, but they'll still pony up.
Right. And that's the other thing she pointed out, which I thought was a great point, which was very similarly to like when we had our shop. It was like the people who bitched the loudest about any sort of price changes were the people who didn't spend any money.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The people who spent money regularly usually just absorbed it and moved on. And I think she's right. The people who are going to bitch the most about this in games are probably the ones not buying a lot of these games.
Right.
Like I'll bitch about it, but I'm also very much like you said, it's more I kind of hate to set that standard, but at the same time, like you said, this game here, if it costs $2 billion, look how long that's going to, I mean, they'll sell a lot of copies fast, but you know what I mean? It's still how long it's going to take you to recover the investment before you even start seeing profit.
Well,
and again, they're going to make 10 years of profit off of it.
Exactly, because they're going to have online again. They're not going to have online.
Oh, yeah. They're going to probably do a very similar model to what they did with 5.
Yeah, for sure. Why it worked. Why wouldn't they?
Oh, my God, right?
It's probably the same model, but better.
Yeah. Yep. So it's like, I can totally see it, like her and I were talking, and it was like, that people also don't understand, I think, and don't think about the fact that, like, if a studio, not a game like this or COD, but if a big, like, the next tier down type games, if they miss, that can be the end of that studio.
Oh, yeah.
And a perfect example is a game we played, last year or whatever, which is Saints Row.
Yeah.
Saints Row was a pretty good franchise. They made good money. They blah, blah, blah. That last one came out and was a bomb.
Yeah, and that derailed everything.
That was it, man. They're done.
Now, on the flip side, have you heard of this Claire Obscura 33 game?
I've heard it's selling like hotcakes. Yeah, and it's on Games Pass, I think, too, isn't it?
I don't know, because I'm not an Xbox guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
But it's gangbusters. I've heard it's amazing, and it's this studio's very first game they ever made.
Right.
Which is insane,
Right. Well, or Helldivers. It's same kind of situation.
I mean, Arrowhead was around, but this game made them.
Yeah. Well, like Helldivers 1, no, I never heard anybody really talking about it much.
No, same.
Right? Helldivers 2 came out and stupid.
Yeah, new war.
And I'm sure, and again, it's a cheaper title.
Next Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But
$40
also,
too. Yeah.
Like I was telling Ashley, I was like, the thing is, like, for me, I generally am not going to bitch that much about the new games going up.
Yeah.
Because most of them, I just wait and then I buy them cheaper. Now, Nintendo's a little different because
they don't discount shit.
They don't what do you call them, the first person titles or whatever they're called, I can't think of the
exclusive titles, basically.
Yeah, where the Nintendo titles, Mario, Zelda,
Link,
and all that.
blah blah blah. Yeah.
Those, like you said, they pretty much don't go on sale much
because they know they got that high end Colombian shit.
Well, that's the reason you buy their system. Is for their games, pretty much. I mean, the other stuff's just gravy, So that's one of those where, but that
let me ask you, Switch 2, are you like pumped or not?
It's one of those things. I think if I was gainfully employed, I honestly would probably have tried to reserve one.
Yeah.
Even though I typically really don't like getting a system right away, because usually they're buggy.
Of course,
you wait till that like second wave, then usually they got more of the crazy stuff worked out. But also, the more I see from it, the more I'm kind of like, I kind of really want one of these.
Oh, see, because like when the Switch came out, I was like, damn, I need one of these.
Yeah.
And then everything for the Switch 2, I'm just kind of like, if I get one, cool.
Right.
If I don't know if I care. I mean,
Yeah,
and they might come out with like, oh, here's the next Legend of Zelda game, and it's this.
right.
And I could go, oh my God, I need to play that game. But I'm so happy with my PlayStation
No, I get it, dude.
that I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good. You know?
I totally get it because like right now, if you put money in my hands and said buy video games, unless it's an exclusivity title, I'm probably buying it for the PlayStation. And I
Yeah.
have an Xbox, I have a Switch, so I have all the choices that are currently out.
Yeah.
I have the top, well, not the top of the line because I don't have the pros, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have these systems.
Your current gen.
Right. I have all the options basically. And I'm still going to probably buy it for the PlayStation, you know, and because I'm either doing that or I would honestly, if you put money in my hands and said you can buy a game, I'd probably be more likely to be like, I'd rather just get a Games Pass subscription.
Yeah. I mean,
because they're putting AAA titles on there like right out of the gate. Like I think the Doom Dark Ages, I think, is going to be in it.
Oh, nice.
You know, stuff like that. And it was like, well, that's the way to go. Because it's not like you can only play one game at a time.
Right.
You know, you literally can, you know, download whatever space you have on your hard drive or whatever, you know.
Hell yeah.
So,
hell yeah,
you know,
brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I really think that's the, you know,
is that the move going forward?
I think it is really. Like, honestly, I think instead of buying like whatever Xbox offers next, I really feel like Games Pass and just playing them on my computer might be the move.
I mean,
you know,
I'm really
especially because like as a group of friends, you guys don't have Xboxes,
right? Yeah.
You know, so it's not like I need it to. Oh, we're playing this on Xbox, or well, even if we were, you know, most of that stuff is cross-platform.
I'm really leaning towards the thought of building a PC.
Yeah.
Just slowly but surely, just start assembling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can upgrade graphics cards for the rest of my life. And it seems like almost
it's a pricey gambit, but yeah.
It is. And it seems like almost every game they're making available for like PC now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm with you. I kind of feel like price wise, I feel like we're at the top of what I'm willing to pay for a console.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that was always the thing, right? Was it for a long time, like especially our generation, we were very much like, you know, because for a long time a computer was $1,000.
Oh yeah, I mean, like honestly,
still
for a good one, a good gaming PC.
Right, and I mean, we're not talking anything crazy, but I'm talking just okay, I can go play pretty much what's the stuff on the market.
Does it play what the fuck is that game? Crisis? Does it play Crisis?
Yeah, right. But now, you know, and the consoles were $300, and it was like, okay, that's a big gap.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But now it's like, you know, especially with tariffs and then whatever the next gen system, we don't know what they'll even, you know, they might try to push $700, you know, or I mean, look at the Xbox. We talked about that last time.
Oh yeah.
With the price going up, it's that gap is getting significantly shorter.
That's why I'm kind of at like, well, I could, you know, get the bare bones and go from there. And like I said, just piece it together.
Console, right, and with a console, you can't upgrade them.
No,
you know, maybe that's the move. Maybe that's really the next move is making upgradable consoles.
I mean,
you know, but then you're in computer mode.
You're just buying a gaming PC,
right? So you know, I don't know, but
the Sony PlayStation gaming PC.
Yeah, well, remember for a while there, that's what it looked like Xbox was doing.
That's what they were kind of trying to do. Yeah, where you're like, we want to be your whole media center.
Yeah, and I think they backed off of that with the Series X and S.
Yeah.
I think they were like, okay, let's just keep this as a console. That's where I think they pivoted because they were like, we're gonna really pimp up Games Pass to where that is a I mean, it always has been a great value, but it's even better now with all the AAA titles.
Yeah, I really wish Sony would look at that and go, huh. Instead of giving us a game that the reviews, if you read them, are fucking terrible. Balatro, which is an amazing game, but it's dirt ass cheap already. And a Warhammer game, it's like $20 normally.
Right.
Give me a AAA title, you bitches.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean a brand new one. I don't mean one that's been out for a year.
But that's the problem Sony's going to run into a little bit, though, too, because Xbox has snapped up like all the
developers.
Yeah. You know? So there's less choices for Sony unless they pay a fee, which whatever. I have read quite a few things that there's rumor that Xbox is going to put out a portable system. Now, what I'm curious is if it'll be a portable system like a Steam Deck situation, or if we're talking more like a way of porting just something that'll allow you to play Games Pass.
I mean,
to where it's not like its own system, but
if they're smart, they will put out something that's kind of like a Steam Deck, but you can do Games Pass on it.
Right, that's what I was.
You know what I'm
saying?
saying?
I don't think they want to get into like the Switch.
No, it needs to be beefy.
Right,
it's got to be a beefy bastard to deal with Steam and Lenovo and everyone else is coming out with those Steam Deck type accessories.
Right, because I've got a couple friends that have Steam Decks, and they love them, but they're limited because you can't really upgrade them,
right,
and stuff like that. And I know there's been rumor forever that Xbox's ultimate goal is to make it to where Games Pass is something where you don't have to download anything, to where it's just all cloud-based. But again, you got to get internet across the country at a higher level.
Sick-ass internet.
Yeah, you can't have jank internet and play cloud-based stuff because you'll have lag like crazy. So unless they can figure something out, they come out with some new technology or something.
Tekanina?
But even then,
oh, nice.
Nah, probably not.
Speaking of I was like, speaking of snatching things up, we should probably snatch up to QoftheW because we're running very long.
Oh, okay. I got one news story I want to do really quick.
Lay it on me, baby.
All right. I'm sure you heard about it, but it was a woman arrested after raccoon named Chewy found with meth pipe in driver's seat during police stop.
Okay, so I posted this in my little friend group Discord we have set up for Helldivers because my one friend who you met, Sean, fancies himself as a raccoon man, and his gamer tag is the tropical trash panda.
Right.
So I just posted that in our thing. It was just like, damn it, Sean. But yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I cannot get over the fact that, and there's like video of this. Like,
he's like, he's got a meth pipe.
Yeah. Then in Springfield, Ohio, which
of course it was.
Makes my heart warm because remember when we used to do news stories regularly, it was always like, is this Florida or Ohio?
Yep.
And I haven't seen a Florida story that was really worth talking about in a while because
Ohio's way more interesting.
Well, also the world has just become so weird that we don't pay as much attention to these things because.
Are you saying the world is Florida right now?
Yeah, well, the stories that we used to see as weird don't seem weird now.
Yeah.
So.
Were you saying weird is normalized?
I think so.
Oh,
I think so.
So if we want to be weird, we have to be normal now. I don't like this.
Right?
I like being weird.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
Just like this raccoon, this meth smoking raccoon. Fucking stealing somebody's Hyundai or whatever that fucking symbol is in the middle of the steering wheel there.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, honestly, look inside that car. That raccoon lives in that car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It looks like it.
Is there a net on the other window? What is going on here?
I don't know. I can't quite tell. The picture oh, there we go. That's a better picture. Yeah, it does look like a net. Is this a race car? Because there's no panel on the inside of the door either.
I don't know, Brian. It's Ohio. This is a normal Ohio car.
You're not wrong on that.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Wow.
Right,
yeah. So when they searched the woman's car, they also found like a shit ton of meth, crack cocaine, and pipes.
Well, that's weird. It's not her. Well, obviously it's the raccoons and not hers.
Yeah, that's what I would have said.
Also, what is this raccoon named?
Chewy was his name.
Chewy's his name.
Yeah.
Is this a pet raccoon? It's not a wild one?
I don't think it was wild because the way they talked.
I mean, he's wild. He's smoking meth.
He's gonna be wild afterwards, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if its name is Chewy, that's her fucking pet, and
yeah,
wow,
she's just letting him play around with meth pipes. Yeah.
Dude, you imagine the weird shit she gets into with this raccoon?
Oh,
probably.
I can only imagine that it's like a buddy cop situation. I mean, she's not a cop, obviously, but it's just her and the raccoon just getting into shenanigans.
Dude, there's definitely one meth pipe in that car that smells like low tide and peanut butter.
Yeah, probably.
Definitely.
Yep. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh, Chewie.
Oh,
well, hopefully
Chewie.
Chewie finds a better home and gets into rehab.
Well, this is the story. Han Solo finds him.
Wait.
And then he flies the Millennium Falcon.
I got our next TV show. It's called Raccoon Rehab.
Hell yeah.
We just take raccoons out of bad situations and get them the help they need.
I was hoping it was going to be called like Big Chew, and it's just Chewie selling meth on the streets.
I'd also watch that.
I would also watch Big Chew.
We can run both at the same time, and eventually Chewie ends up on the rehab show.
Dude.
Or he's a recurring guest because
this is
he can't stay straight.
Like Sly Cooper's family was like, dude, you're a thief. We're very unhappy. But look at his cousin.
Yeah.
Sly Cooper's cousin is living in a car, smoking meth.
In Ohio.
Banging some old broad. Some old crackhead. Man.
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
What are we doing?
I'll
tell you what we're doing.
Going to the
Moving
QoftheW.
on to the QoftheW.
Hey-o. So last week we asked y'all if you could only add 2 things to a bowl of white rice, definitely not salad. What are you adding? Oh man, Philip, former enthusiast guest, says pork belly burn ends tossed in gochujang sauce and fried shallots.
Okay, I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at that, but is that 3 ingredients?
It probably is, yeah. That'd be the worst part. To make him decide, like, all right, which one are you cutting out here?
I mean, it's very well might be a
Disqualified.
Oh, dang. You're not wrong though. My math says it's 3. So,
and then
3 is the magic number, as I learned from De La Soul. So.
I mean, they are fucking shamans.
Yep.
And then your co-host Heno says lighter fluid in a match. Then I'm grabbing brown rice, adding curried chicken and broccoli.
That's a good choice too.
Yes, he is quite.
I mean, I ain't mad at getting rid of the white rice. I'd rather have brown rice too, but
I'll eat white rice. I just like rice. Rice is delicious.
Yeah.
So over here on the face page, our pal Diamond Top Fan Big Devry, whom I love and want to kiss his face, says soy sauce and sushi grade tuna.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Lady Cheeto says butter and cracked black pepper. Oh my.
Interesting. Just straight rice with butter and pepper, huh?
Yeah,
kind of like doing like a butter noodle, but
rice.
Okay.
Fucking butter rice.
Okay.
And then Kiki, she says shredded chicken and sriracha. These are all excellent answers, everyone. Excellent.
Yep.
And that's all I got on my end, Brian.
We have one in our channel here, but I don't remember how to. There it is. Okay. Because our pal Garrett answered.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah, there it is. And he says steamed broccoli and sweet chili sauce, which is, I think I mentioned last week that's a move I like to do. If I have leftover rice, a lot of times I'll throw like or like chicken in a little sweet chili, one or the other. If we're going to only 2 other options.
Delicious.
It's a good move. Just sweet chili sauce is so good as long as you don't get stupid with it to where then it's like, ooh, it's too sweet.
Too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our pal Cheeto says might be weird. Oh boy, it's gonna be Marlboros and Bud Light, isn't it?
God damn it. It sounds delicious.
No, he says, but I'm gonna go with cumin and then drizzle some honey over it. Says my mom used to make this back when I was living at home. Says I still love it. That's interesting. I would have never
honey rice. Interesting.
I bet that's an all right little snackaroo there.
I mean, one of my all-time favorite things to do was to spice up my sweet potatoes with a little cumin. It was delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I can kind of see that sweet cumin situation.
Yeah, I just picked up some sweet potatoes today.
Oh, dude, that is my newest band name, the Sweet Cumin Situation. We play
like a jazz band?
Yeah, it's like acid jazz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, well, we don't have time for me to get into it, but maybe I'll talk about it on the next Patreon or something. Salty
well,
Selection.
tease it, you son of a bitch. What are we talking about?
I've been listening to Tiny Desk concerts.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Cheeto says Salty Selection, salt and butter,
Okay.
milk and sugar. This is actually one my mom used to do when I was a kid. We'd get Chinese food, or she'd make rice, and then she would basically make I forgot what it's called, but it was but it was like milk and sugar and rice, and it was like
almost like a rice pudding kind of situation.
Yeah, a little bit. It was just like a sweet treat, dude. As a kid, I loved it. And actually, she just a few months ago, we had some leftover rice that I had made, and she made it. And when I got up, she was like, "Hey, look in the fridge," and I was like, "Oh!" And I just started eating it.
Oh, hell yeah, I haven't had this shit in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, it really took me back to being a kid.
That's the every once in a while I still do the white bread, butter, and sugar.
Yeah, right.
Because that's just like a total white trash fucking snack.
Yeah, it is.
But it's so tasty.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh man.
He says chocolate and peanut butter protein powder.
What
he
the
says,
fuck?
No, just kidding.
Oh,
he's just kidding. But then he says sake and Red Bull, call that an atom bomb.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I know. Come on,
Cheeto.
What are we doing here?
I do think
Oh my God.
we should all have a round of Hiroshimas next time we see Cheeto. Just a shot of rice, Red Bull, and sake.
Oh God, that sounds terrible. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna be making one joke, and then we're gonna actually be just like yakking napalm like they dropped beforehand.
Yes.
Oh, why did I have to make it even worse?
I'm picking number 5.
I gotta find.
I don't care. Number 5.
I think it closed the tab. I'm lost. Oh, there it is. Okay. Nope. Okay. Number 5. What's a red flag that you're attracted to?
A red flag that I'm attracted to?
Yeah.
Huh. That's a good question. I mean, who doesn't like a little craziness? Am I right?
Right.
I don't know, honestly, because, I mean, I went from one relationship that was something to one that's a totally different thing.
Right. It doesn't have to be something with somebody you're in a relationship with. It could just be something that you're just like, oh, I like that.
I mean, okay, you know what? It's not even a relationship thing. It's not even a people thing.
It's like, when somebody two hands some air freshener or something,
It's gonna be a like high ABV beer thing.
Okay.
Because I see that and I'm like, I gotta try that. And that is
an abusive relationship.
Is a red flag.
I really feel like that should have been my answer too.
I mean, you're not wrong. No, because yours only comes into play if it's 98 degrees outside with 100% humidity.
You're not like, wrong.
I better have that 13.5% dark beer.
Yeah.
Fuck the ice water. Give me more of that.
Yeah. What's my red flag? My red flag is when you tell me there's a beer fest and it's 90 outside.
Yeah, right.
I'm in.
I'm in.
Like, all right, well, we'll go ahead and we're just gonna bring you beers at the med tent.
I kind of legit thought about that one time.
Oh, I know, right?
Like, just give me
it would have been funny,
you
but
hang
also
out here.
not funny.
Yeah, hang out here and give me your punch card. I'll be right back.
Right. Can you imagine? Oh, those paramedics would have like killed you.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He needs hydration. This is only 4.5%.
Right.
I found the lowest ABV one I could.
No, like you bring it up and it's 4.5%. I'm like, what is this, water? You throw it in your face.
Like, exactly. Now drink it.
Give me a 13.
The fucking paramedics pinching your nose as I'm dumping it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Just pinch his nose. He'll open his mouth eventually.
Yeah. It just starts sounding like a seal on a rock.
Naturally.
Right. Oh, shit. Oh, man. I was trying to think of like in a relationship kind of situation or just like what I'm attracted to, like even at like looking on dating apps or something like that. And it's, I really think because I've had like self-esteem issues,
Yeah.
I have to be careful of somebody that's like a love bomber kind of person or a breadcrumbing kind of situation
Yeah.
to where I might be able to get manipulated by somebody because they're paying attention to me.
Right.
You know?
I got you.
So it's something that I try to keep in my head a little bit. So yeah. But otherwise, I think the real answer is much like you said. It's a high ABV beer because I look at that board and I'm like, yeah, you know, and then you see that and it's like looking across the bar and seeing somebody, you know, making eyes at you, and you're like, well,
she's already got her shirt open. You're like, well, all right.
yeah. It's like I know this is self-harm, but here we are.
Yep, here we go again.
Yep.
Here I go fucking myself again.
Yep.
Yeah.
With open arms, with arms wide open.
If only we wouldn't get pulled off of YouTube, I would play that.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
All right. So there you go. The question again: what's a red flag you're attracted to? You know, and even though originally was thinking more along the lines of relationships, if you have one like that with beer, I mean, I can't be mad at that. That's a great answer.
I mean, I have another one too, Brian.
Okay.
Delicious looking salads.
Oh.
Red flag. Immediate red flag.
Yeah. Yeah, there needs to be like a sign.
Leafy
like,
greens. I'm out.
Your face right near those salads is like, do not let this man have this.
Yeah, right.
Like
that salad touched me in my no-no place.
Right. It's like, you know, when kids' moms used to go to like the movie theaters and be like, don't let my son come into, PG-13 movies, and they'd have like a picture of the kid or whatever, you know. It's that kind of thing. It's like, it's for your own good, man.
What did they call those parents back then? Because they weren't helicopter parents, because I don't think helicopters existed.
I don't know what they called them. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Biblical
Something
parents?
like
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
I got nothing. Yeah, we should move on.
Yeah, head on to saltylanguage.com. Click the links there. Check out tangentboundnetwork.com.
Sure.
The network we're part of. If you talk to Mark, I don't know. What do you got for Mark this week?
Just a bowl of green liquid.
Oh, God. Liquid animal?
It was something.
Oh, I hope not.
I don't know what it was. I didn't sift through it, Brian. Out there like a fucking gold panner.
You know, the worst part is that I'm picturing you like fuck. I think that's what gets us into a lot of problems is we both visualize this shit really easily.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and that's what
this is my life
most of the time.
This is my life. I do this all day, every day. I visualize dumb shit in my head.
Me too.
And then I go,
yeah, like the absurdity is so hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
Anyway, whew. All right. Yeah. If you want to reach out to us on socials, you can find this show on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on various platforms at Stunami.
You can find me at Instagram at the monotony. Back on TikTok at salty language. I haven't really posted anything, and honestly, I still barely look at it, but I exist. I'm there. If you want to chat, I'm there. Salty language. I'm dying. Salty language pod on the YouTubes. If you're watching us now, thanks. Love you a long time. Yeah. If you're not watching us, but you want to, hey, give us a subscribe. It's all there. Yeah. I am patreon.com/saltylanguage. Bonus content. We didn't record anything last week because now I remember. I was like, Brian, we should do something this weekend. And I totally didn't even reach out. So
I remembered it on Monday while I was at the hospital.
And honestly, given the fact it's 10:30 now, I don't know if I can do it tonight either.
I was thinking about us doing, like, I have, like, 2 things I didn't get to talk about on here. I was like, we could do that really quick and just put something up.
Yeah, we'll do a quickie. Yeah. And honestly, I was kind of thinking about this. I could throw some batteries in this guy. We could take it tomorrow and maybe do a little car cast. To and from Pavlov's or something.
Right on.
Yeah. I'm also going to have a heat stroke in this hoodie. But, Brian, you have another situation on hand in the podcast world.
Yeah, I have another podcast with our pal Heno called The Crazy Life, and we actually were supposed to record, and things got in the way, so we haven't been able to record yet. It's been a while now. So actually, I got to reach out to Heno and see if maybe he's up to record this weekend. And
if you need any help setting up OBS, just shoot me a shot or whatever. We can fuck, you can screen share with me and I can help you set shit up if even.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, him and I usually talk about mental health stuff or what's going on in our lives, just trying to be better folks and such. So if you're into that kind of thing, please give us a listen. We've covered a ton of topics on that show over the years, so there's all sorts of great back catalog to go through also. So we'd appreciate it. And yeah, in the meantime, I guess definitely don't have a salad and you'll be fine.
You know, you would assume you would be.
I just was cutting stuff up for a salad earlier. I'm rethinking it now.
Yeah, no, everything you cut up, just put it right in the trash can.
Right in the trash. Okay.
Yeah, and whatever container you had it in, replace it with Chex Mix.
Right. I mean, I bought some Aldi Cheetos today, so I'll do that, and I have some Slim Jims, so
Now,
I'll go that route instead.
Are the air poofy ones or the actual like Cheeto knockoffs?
No, the ones that are actually like Cheetos.
I will smash a bag of those, and I have no regrets about it. And I feel fine afterwards.
That's the weirdest part of it.
Except my soul cries.
Yeah, that's fair. Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly.
You're used to ignoring that.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking 46. How much soul do I have left?
Can't be much.
It can't be much. My life bar's blinking.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stop this bullshit.
Right.
All right.